In theory, this thing should be working. Ads suck. Oh yeah. As a AdSense partner, I would never tell you guys that if you use uBlock Origin in Firefox browser, you don't get ads on YouTube, because that would be a violation of terms of service for me to tell you that Firefox browser with uBlock Origin will remove the ads on YouTube. So definitely don't do that. Do not do that. Do not use Firefox with uBlock Origin to remove all ads from YouTube. Make sure to watch all the ads. Hello, Snarky by Cassie. Welcome. I'm running so far behind. We're 6 minutes late. Turns out the problem with Discord, I had to leave it on this device for the sound to register on the other device. Even though it's an independent instance of the software. Here, let's test the bot before I get over there. We'll do a redeem woot woot. See if it's working. If not, then I'm probably gonna have to go log in.
Well, you want to?
Nope, there it goes. Sick, it's listening.
You know what I'm saying?
Some neighbors are saying way too loud.
That's only in the morning.
What else can we do? We
supposed
want
to be up cooking breakfast or somebody, and so that's like an alarm clock.
count.
Woo, woo.
Okay, Nightbot's listening. Streamlabs is listening. I can't test Stream Elements without doing that. Oh, you can't. That's not gonna work. What if I do this? No. Test the bot. Test the bot. Testing the bot. let's do that. Oh, you... God damn it, YouTube. Now let me do it here, because it's just like, it gave me an error instead of... Let's do this. Test bot. Testing the bot. Are you working? Stream elements. And it's gonna be like, oh, make sure to sign in. And I'm like, okay, I'm already signed in though. Alright, let's see if it works. We should be good to go after that.
Ed Country Friedman has donated a $2 super chat.
That's
Testing
really
the
loud.
bot. Are you working stream elements?
Country Freed. Yeah, Stream Elements is working. All the bots are working. I think I'm ready to roll. Let's see if we can get this thing going. Phone is over here. Live chat's over here. Mic test, testing the mic test. Test the mic test. I think it's good. I think we're good. Paint stream time. Oh, is that camera working? Yeah. Oh boy. Let's swap headsets. Well, hello, Matthew Stearns 5418. Welcome. Welcome to another stream here on Country Fried Minis. I am your host, Cameron the Country Boy in the City, present once more from the Bullshit Corner 2.0, and tonight we're doing another stream. Today we're going to be working on our happy little Megatron Black Knight, and y'all, I am so far behind in everything, but we're going to try to blast through and get this bad boy done today, because tomorrow I really need to finish the other commission, and then I still need to get the I Am Jade Falcon thing done before the first. But anyhow, we have done a little prep work on this boy. I filmed assembly and pinning and priming. This is the metal, Ironwind Metals Clanbuster mech, Clanbuster Black Knight. This was a real joy to put together. The mold lines were really minimal. We have a little bit of mold slippage on the foot there. See if I can show it off. Got a little bit of mold slippage, but not too bad. These two panels didn't really line up all the way. We've still got some remnants of some mold lines here that got picked up after we hit it with the primer. So that brought some stuff back out there. I don't want to mess with it too much and do any post sanding at this point, because we have hit this with our metal primer R, and I really don't want to break into that coat because that's going to protect this thing from handling. See if we can't get... Is this camera going to line up for me decently? Where are we at here? It needs to be up and to the left. Up and to the left. Pow. Yeah, so should be fun tonight. He's a nice simple gray paint job. We're going to be painting Megatron from G1. So it's the light gray, kind of like almost black gray. And then we'll pick out some details, get him looking good. My client has requested that we do like a cityscape kind of base. So I'm thinking we may do like we'll take a piece of card and put in like a curb here and do some road work, and then maybe cut off some little bits to serve as rubble, I think is what I'm aiming for. But tonight's going to be nice, relaxing, kickback, get it done type stream, which has been a little bit out of the norm for lately. We've been doing the more chaotic kind of open comms streams, which have been, I've gotten some feedback. They've been hard to watch for some people who watch regularly, so I think we're going to limit those a bit going forward. Maybe put them on a specific night or something like that. But without further ado, let's get into the process here. We've hit this with a prime coat of Res. We hit it with the gray, and then I hit it with a 50-50 gray-white, and then a squirt from the top down of 75-25 white into gray. So that's going to give us a nice gradient foundation. And then I went ahead and hit this thing with a Nuln oil wash, thinned 50-50 with water. And I think we still need some more definition. And we may hit that up as we go, but you can see it's still a little juicy. I only got the Nuln oil on 30 minutes before the stream, so it's still a little wet. So I think what we'll do first is we're going to just dig into probably the dark gray first, and go ahead and get these base coated, and then we can go into I don't know, maybe a little bit of highlight work on the lighter gray, or we could wash this first and then do the dark. Either way, should work. Let's pull up our reference material before we get going, and of course I'm going to be filming this whole thing to turn into a video for the client. Salute the sun. Ah, yes. G1 Megatron. So what we're looking for here is this silvery gray. Really light color. Dark legs, dark pelvis, dark hands. I think this is kind of what we're going for. And we can see in this original cartoon artwork, there's a little bit of variation between the gray, like the face is even lighter. So we may try to do that and get that face panel a little lighter, and that way it'll pull some visual interest to it. And then, of course, we're going to freehand the Decepticon logo. And since he's got the blue and the red in the middle, we'll do blue large lasers and then red for the mediums, and try to get this thing looking right. But otherwise, it's pretty simple. We just got to work in a little bit of red in there. It should be fun. It reminds me of working on the Genyosha paint jobs. So let's get started by wetting our wet palette. Getting that thing going. I need to lock this thing. Can we lock that autofocus? Yeah. So as always, I like to let my wet palette dry out between projects where I'm not really using it, to minimize any mildew or stuff like that. What up, dog? What's up, Mr. Voxelforge? Did you get your Jamaican beef patties? Wait, that's still not yet, is it? That's a later thing. All right. I think we maybe need a new sheet for this as well, actually. Let's see, is our paper towel layer salvageable? Can we still use this? It's had a few breakthroughs, but I don't think there's too much problem in there. Is it mildewy? No, it's fine. Yeah, we'll just run with that, and let's put a fresh sheet in Zell. Let's get one of these out. So I'm thinking we're going to work into Ulthuan Gray as our light color, and we probably do German Gray for the lower legs, though I do find that my German Gray is a little inconsistent. It's hard to describe. It's got some kind of pigment separation going on in it that makes it where it like gets darker. It gets darker as you spread it around. Another Nate says, "I am so wet." Got that smell test going? Oh yeah. Well, if it was too far gone, I just got to change out the paper towel. So I find that the Army Painter brand wet palette, this hydrofoam they have going, yeah, their hydrofoam is really tenacious. It's super spongy. It holds a lot of water, but it doesn't want to let go of the water at a good rate. Not for a wet palette, at least. And I find putting a layer of paper towel on top, it's just a single paper towel folded, this whole thing sops up moisture, but is also like really wet. So it helps to push the moisture out of it like you need. But the side effect is it takes to mildewing very quickly. I guess I could put a piece of copper in there or something. Anyhow, let's do one more pass of water. And I think we're going to film putting this in just because I always love the shot of this thing hydrating. And in fact, let's get like a little bit of a contrived scene going on here. Like that. And then we'll put the Ulthuan Gray. Chuck a couple pennies on to hold your membrane down, and the copper will delay microbial. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if I have any pennies. I thought I had a jar of coins, but I tell you what, Mr. Nate, I don't think I've messed around with cash money in like 2 or 3 years at this point. I just don't use cash. It's all on card. Living downtown has kind of really broken me of wanting to carry money. The panhandling is really aggressive, and there's like an expectation or like entitlement to the panhandlers. So I just stopped carrying money. The convenient excuse to say no. Though I do want to underscore the importance of, this is going to sound heartless, but if you live in a city with a bunch of beggars, a bunch of people who are begging for money, it's very important to tell these people no when you're going to tell them no, and not make excuses. Don't say sorry. Don't, just like, I say this as a fucking busker, you know what I mean? I'm sitting here literally begging for tips, but I'm here doing work. Nate says, same, but I got a cool tequila bottle that I've been shoving all my parking lot loot into. Yes. We got a dark gray here too. Let's get this contrived scene set up. All right, I'm gonna set up the camera. We're gonna get a shot of this boy getting hydrated, and then we're gonna dive into the painting proper. Like I said, my client paid for the upcharge of the make a video, and of course a little self promo here. If you do buy a commission from me on Fiverr, it's fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. I don't guarantee that I'll stream it, but I likely will anyways. And if you pay a $100 fee, I will take the time and record and give you the disk drive space and prioritize turning your project into a video on the channel. And of course, if it's not suitable for the channel, I can negotiate it with you and refund it. But the $100 just covers disk space, it covers time, and it guarantees a prioritization of your project. Okay, we're gonna hit our pro video. We're gonna take our sheet and we're gonna lay it down. This is really overexposed. I should have adjusted my exposure. That sucks. This may not be usable. It's so blown out. My histogram, it's all on the right side of the chart. Maybe we can pump the ISO and reduce the exposure time. I mean, it's too late now for any of that, but we're gonna be working with this white surface anyway, so for future shots, I think that'll be fine. Okay, so we got our boy out. We're gonna be talking about working on the legs. We're gonna get these a dark color. The gun's gotta go a dark color and the hands have to go a dark color. So we're gonna dig into that, and I think we're gonna start with a little bit of dark gray from Vallejo. So let's start with that. That is not adequately mixed. I think it's Onilab time. Let's lift that off. Let's lift that off. Maybe this will be a nice talking point in the video as well. Okay, so we need Onilab. We need the power cord for Onilab. Ah, yes, the oddly satisfying shot. Oh yeah, I love stuff like that. The filling up the airbrush cup, putting down the wet palette paper, running paints through the vortex mixer. It'll make for really, really fun shots, I think. And because I record everything in 4K, it's good for zooming into. All right, so we got our Onilab, we got our dark gray. We're gonna get it in there, and we're just gonna give it a nice little action, you know. Bucks Forge wants to bust a nut. Jesus. All right, that should set us up nicely, and let's put this back here for now. Thank you, Onilab, as always. Let's start in with our Vallejo dark gray, and we're gonna go for about 2 drops of paint, and we'll do a single drop of water, I think. So let's grab our pipette and snag a drop of clean in there. And then I kind of want a new fresh brush for this. Oh, that sucks. Do I have one that's suitable here? No, this might do. I think we'll use this number 4 round here. Get that mixed up. Let's start some base coating on our boy. And we're only 3 minutes into this shot, so I think we'll just use the same footage for this segment. So it's like lower legs, right? Lower legs on this guy. His feet are maybe not the same color. I will make sure to go back and check that. We're just gonna dig in with some dark gray and hit the knees for sure. I remember lower legs, hands, and the gun. So that's where we're gonna start. Then we'll pause the recording to check the reference, and then make sure everything's looking okay from there. Really, we just want a few good seconds of this part so we can cut down some footage and sell the idea to the audience. And hopefully, if we don't go too far into the poo-poo pee-pee jokes, on this one, we should be able to have a nice instructional setup. We'll talk about the colors, maybe get more in touch with old school Country Fried Minis, and actually be like, oh, this is how you do the thing. Today you're going to use your dark gray and lay it on there in 2 thin coats, just like old Dunkin' Donuts says. And then we'll hit it with a little bit of Nuln Oil to bring out the crevices before going back in with a step up from our original color and then some highlighting on the edge. You know, real simple stuff. And like, I guess in pursuing content creation in that avenue, the like saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again is not for the regular crowd. It's not for the people who already know what they're doing. It's for the newbies. It's for the person who randomly landed on CFM. I really should have printed out a damn G1. G1, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pull up our boy. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. He's got like, his tootsies are a lighter tone. So we're doing pelvis, hands, cannon, and knees down to the feet. And actually, this Black Knight has these really convenient top of foot panels that will work for this paint scheme. Okay. Let's make it happen. All right, fresh paper towel. Let's go. All right, now, without the constriction of the camera, I can really get in here and like actually dig into what we're doing. So we want the gray. Ramp all over down to here. We got a big fat brush here. We're still going to be pretty careful about where we're applying it. We don't want to do too much cleanup, and in fact, our nice and durable primer coat that we put on is actually going to serve as the base coat for our gray because we installed a gradient with it. So, just gonna work our way around. Hit them knees down to the feet. Good solid base coat. I'll try to keep it in frame for y'all, but I gotta be honest. I'm a little more focused about getting this thing done. I got a ton of deadlines crashing down on my head in the next 3 days. And this one is due, I think it's noon tomorrow. So I believe the idea is to get through today, work into the evening, and then we'll hit it with the enamel wash at the end of the night. Probably not on stream. And then I'll strip the enamel weathering tomorrow morning, bright and early, and shoot a completed picture over to the client, and then get it in the mail in the next couple days after that. Such is the routine here with the fiverr orders. Good evening, welcome, Influencer. I should have printed out a screamy orange boy, but wait, don't you already have one of those? Isn't he right there with you? Is he not right there with you? Let's get way in on this boy. Alright, we're going to paint his peen plate. And unfortunately, we're going to lose some of that nice Nuln Oil definition, N-U-L-N oil. That's fine. Tonight, we're flying through this thing. Minimal distractions. Maximum Goonerist. I say that, but this hair is distracting me. And I want to remove it. He was, but he has abandoned me for the moment. Nate, you really should try out the, you should print out a cat printout and strategically introduce your cats to a fake paper cat and see how they respond. Do you have any, like, neighborhood cats that they've encountered? You guys don't know, Mr. Nate. Mr. Nate got a pair of kitties, and they are no longer little kitties, but they're still young cats, and they are fucking adorable. Ooh, I really should. I think it'd be funny. Seems like a harmless little prank to pull on your cat. Oh, I'm in top messages. I need to fix that. All right, let's get in here and continue on this. Get this cannon. I believe his cannon is all the dark gray color, so we're gonna stick with that theme. I'm just pushing our colors up to the edges. Now I'm using a big fat brush here, so it's gonna take a little extra care, just like doing cut-ins, if you will. And again, I apologize if I get this out of the shot. I try to be cognizant of it, but honestly, between the 3 cameras, you should be able to see at least part of what's going on here. I actually want a 4th camera. I kind of want one like up here, aiming down at what's going on, like over my right shoulder. They're no longer kitties, they're Teenage Mutant Ninja kitties. Ah, yes. No, they don't, and never will go outside, and none of the wild hats hang around the head. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I get that. These are inside kitties. Their entire world is the house in which they live in. I've had inside-only cats. I'd actually left a cat in the care of someone while I was doing long-term traveling, and he was an inside cat. And he got outside one day. He was no longer an inside cat. He was an outside-only cat after that. Just had to let him do his thing and be a wild cat on that property. He was a little shit, though. He wanted to be wild and free. Okay, so get our gray on. I think maybe I could pull this back out some. Make sure it's all nice and coated, and then we'll come back in with I guess we'll do a black wash to pull out those crevices. If I wasn't racing a timeline, I'd do it with enamels or not enamels, oils. Instead, we're just gonna have to use acrylic, which is gonna require a little more brush precision on our part, but that's fine. That is fine. Let's get this sword hand coated. Alright, we've got our dark color on. So we need that coat to dry, and what we're going to do, I think, is to start coming in with maybe some metallics now, because I want to put an oil wash on the gray again. But if we're going to do that, then we need to get it on the metallic as well. So let's go ahead and switch over to metallics. I'm actually kind of thinking we could use some copper on this guy. In West Virginia, that's called a hauler, yeah. But I don't want to let them outside the highway 30 feet from the core. Outdoor animals only get squished in this rural version of a neighborhood. Yeah, I think it... Now, I think the hauler requires some hills to be involved. It needs to be like a low valley area for that to be the thing. My sister used to live down the hauler. Hauler's right. Also, we got owls and coyotes. Dude, that was always what I was worried about with my, well, I say owls, but, or you say owls, and I agree with owls, but I'm actually thinking hawks. So I had a little 3-pound Chihuahua. It is definitely something that crossed my mind. Little critters and predatory animals don't mix. They actually mix really well, just not in favor of the little animal. Yeah, where do we go from here? Do we do metallics or do we do the red? I think maybe we'll go metallics and then we'll come in with the red afterwards. Though the red will cover metallics. Tough decisions. I think we're going to start with gory red, and we're going to go into scarlet blood, and we're going to film this. So next will be, I think we're going to use this angle here. So let's pop down. Let's relocate this camera briefly. Put you on desk level, maybe. You guys can see the disaster that is my hobby space right now. Let's get this over here so it's not pulling it off. Is that good? You can see all this? Yes, yes. Yes! Alright, so now we need our cell phone mount. This thing, right here. And we're going to reposition this arm a little bit. Get it kind of low. And we're going to mount this where our hand cam usually sits. Get that in position. Pop this over here. Pa-chow, 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 pa-chow. Tighten everything down. And let's get into a little bit of red. Get that red going. I really should have straightened up before this. Metal. Is that the Ironwind Metals one or one of the resin premiums? CB Black Knight is made by. This is the metal premium, and having painted the resin one versus this is leagues better. So fucking nice. It's heavy. It's durable. All the details are there. The mold lines were really good. Let me point these back out again. There were two spots that gave me trouble. It actually had very little mold line removal that was necessary. We have a bit of a mold slip on this leg right here that I did not catch. That panel's a little misaligned, so I probably should have taken to that with a power tool and just gotten those even. But I don't think it's going to matter, and we'll highlight to minimize it. And then we've got one mold line here that I did not sand as flush as I would have liked, and the primer brought back out. And again, we're just going to minimize that with the paint. Now, we did have some problems with this casting. I gotta give it a mark here. See if we can get this to focus. All right, so detail on the face panel right here. kind of muddy. Kind of muddy there. And then we ended up with a little bit of texture. I think their mold may have had moisture in it. Y'all probably can't see that because of the white balance and the exposure. But we've got like a little bit of a pitted texture right here and along that. But other than that, this is leagues better. Like night and day difference to compare this to the resin one. The resin that the premium ones have is real shitty and chalky, and whoever did the casting has these lasers like compressed so they're like oval. Way better. Big recommend, especially if you get a good buyer. I got mine from Squeakers Games. But you could go with Fortress if you want a really good deal. I believe Fortress sells Iron Wind at the highest possible discount. But if you want to support a nice mid-level eBay seller, you can also check out Squeakers Games. They're good. There's another one that sells on eBay that I buy from. I want to say it was Shiv Games, but Shiv Games may have been that may have been Infinity. I used to buy from Ares, but Ares supports Land and Sea, so I don't want to do business with them anymore. So I think Fortress is probably going to be the new home for Country Fried Minis for a while. That said, Mr. King has been very good to Country Fried Minis, and I hold no ill will. I don't want to do business with you if you're selling Land and Sea products. It's just porosity in the metal. It was moisture in the mold. You only see a steam explosion, and the caster would be on the floor flying about molten metal, burning their eyeballs out. So what would cause that like granularity, porosity? Is it just a property of the metal? Because I got that in my casting, and it's just from, I'm assuming, really low quality metal. And yeah, confirmed. Fortress Games does sell Iron Wind at the cheapest possible price. The cheapest allowed by Iron Wind, I should say. Sellers on eBay are free to do what they want, even if it means selling at a loss. But you can rest assured that if you order from Fortress, you're going to get your Iron Wind metals at the maximum discount allotted by Iron Wind metals. Good stuff. I've always had a good time ordering from Fortress. Like I said, I hold them on par with Ares. I just have I have a personal stance against the Land and Sea products. So I don't. If by some reason, Mr. King, if you see this, then I will not do business with you unless I absolutely have to. Please consider not platforming Land and Sea. Microscopic slag particles. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking it might be. Okay, so we're going to get our Oni lab here. I think compositionally we want her off to the side. So I've got this whole area. Let's get this guy in here. Let's get our Wiggly Tough guest palette in the shot as well. And we're going to show the camera our two colors here. So we're going to pull them up. I'm going to show off our Gory Red and our Scarlet Blood. We're going to shift Oni Lab in, and we're going to hit it from two angles at the same time. All right, now before we do anything, we're going to stop, and we're going to go to photo modes. And we're going to do a super slow-mo. And we're going to do let's do that, and we'll I think that should have done it. I had trouble with my super slow-mo last time. Let me make sure this is actually in slow motion. play super slow-mo video. It does not appear to be. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, it worked. It worked. Okay, sick. Okay, so we got our slow-mo shot. Let's pull this out. And we're going to start with our gory red. We'll do our initial coats on the sections, and then we'll get to this in a minute. We're just showing the camera that it's there for now. Double perturbation. Yeah, exactly. You know how this works, Mr. Nate. That may even make its way into the content. All right, so we got our gory red. I'm going to come in, same deal. We'll do about 2 drops there. 2 drops to 1 drop. And come on now. It actually hit me that I did not pay enough attention to know exactly where these are going. So I'm going to have to, we'll stir this up and we'll pause the recording because I need to check the reference material again. I know it's on the torso. I just can't even remember where. It is elbow joints, sides of the body. Elbow joints plus sides of the body. Okay. Let's come back into our camera. Back into our camera. Boom. Let's reset this again. Where are we at? Fuck, an hour in. This is a commission, indeed. This was off of, this is a fun one. This one's off of Fiverr. My client picked up a solo piece and has given a lot of freedom, despite being very particular in what they're buying. And then they also dropped the make a video tag. So I did not know I'd be making a G1 Megatron video, but we're going to be making a G1 Megatron video sometime soon. So if you're out there, kind client, this is the work, and we'll get some fun content put together from it. All right, so I need to be working about here, and the filming needs to be aimed up a little bit. Now, get that. Chow. Hit the recording. All right. So we're going sides of torsos. Sides of torsos, and we're going... What the hell? How is that? I'm not even going to worry about it. My brush just did some really weird stuff. Physics are strange. Ooh, that's bad. Unfortunately, I just touched resin-contaminated surfaces with my glove, and I'm going to need to try a new one. Hopefully this will inspire them to commission a Phoenix Hawk Star Scream to annoy Megatron. That would be super fun. I think this model is for a convention? Like a centerpiece for a convention? Of course, I don't think centerpiece is the right word. But I'm gonna paint up something nice for him to take and show and have a good time with. I'm just super excited to work with the metal instead of the resin. That's a brush with spice? Wait, what? What do you mean a brush with spice? I don't understand. You're gonna have to explain it to me, Mr. Forge. Okay, so we're gonna come in with our gory red, and we're gonna have to make a judgment call of where this gets cut off. So I think we'll do this housing here. Let me just shift this down. Let me move this camera. That's a little easier. We're going to do this whole housing here in red. We'll do the cutoff right there. We'll do the front and back of these cannons in silver, but I think we're going to push the red like all the way up to there. Now we got a little spillover. So I'm going to lick my brush and get a nice wet, clean brush tip to capillary action that out of there. Don't lick your brushes, y'all. Unless you're in a hurry and you also are okay with eating a bunch of plasticizers in your acrylics. Remember, acrylics are non-toxic so long as you use them in accordance with the intended usage. Not necessarily okay to eat. Now, as far as our judgment call here, I think we want the red to really shine. So we're going to put it all the way up to this front panel here. Because the toy and the original artwork has red sides, and then the front grills are silver. But because we're doing these gun barrel tips in silver, I think we need to push that red all the way up to this line here. That way it reads, you get a little bit of the red from the front, but not too much. Now this is something I left out when I did Megatron the last time. I did not give it the full attention to detail. Of course, it was in the midst of a whole bunch of other Transformer stuff. Ironically, another commission from Fiverr. Though that was... I think it was the whole set from Mini Hulk Mechs. The Megatron Black Knight, was it Soundwave, Thunderbolt, Optimus Prime was a Grasshopper, and then I can't remember what Bumblebee was. And then Starscream was the Phoenix Hawk as well. Mostly non-toxic, mostly, yes. Unicorn Company says, so I just got the new Hunchback, Stinger, and Nova medals from IWM via Fortress. Are you going to do a model review? Or have you already done something like that for those? Yeah, in case you guys don't know, Unicorn Company has fun Battletech content right here on YouTube, so consider heading over there and subscribing, giving a watch, eating some of that content over there. Some really fun stuff. Support your local Battletech creator. Oh, you know what? I'm not filming anymore. We could change our camera angle again. Mostly. I'm going to put together a review. Oh my god, the chat went away for an ad. Stop, YouTube. Stop with ads. You know, again, as a AdSense partner, I would never tell you that you can use Firefox browser with uBlock Origin and block all ads on YouTube. I would never tell you that. In fact, as a good AdSense user, I would tell you to explicitly do not use Firefox because it has ad blocker, which is a violation of terms of service, because it blocks all the ads and you don't have to see any ads even in live streams. So don't use Firefox with uBlock Origin to block all the ads on YouTube. Watch the ads. Buy the product. Now, if you are suffering through the ads, I do get paid for those. What mech would make a good sound wave? I think it's the Thunderbolt, just because the torso shape. I think I agree with Mini Hulk Mechs, who has a really nice STL of that, with some fun little details that make it proudly a transformer. I don't know if Mini Hulk Mechs is on My Mini Factory. They are on Cults 3D. This is fun, though. This is a fun little project. Dude, I might actually steal the Megatron G1 setup for like a command mech in Legion of Vega. I think it would really work. Unless Legion of Vega is supposed to be primarily red with gray accents, in which case it probably wouldn't work. Alright, so we got our side torsos done here. We need to come in and we need to pick out our joints. And you know what? I think it's pretty straightforward. This Black Knight has really pronounced like cylindrical, flat cylinder rotator bits. So we'll come in there and hit those up. And we're using a number one round from Princeton Art and Brush Co. Always I recommend them. In fact, I need to put the Amazon affiliate link in all my streams. You can get this brush in a set. I think it's a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 6, and it's like $8. Stinger's okay. Nova's a Nova. Looks good, but I have so many of them. Hunchback is amazing. Soundwave's hard if you're just choosing a CGL Mini because he has such a flat, blocky chest. Yeah, that is true. It's just why I lean towards the dang Thunderbolt. It just you'll have to sell it more with the paint job than anything. See, are there any CGL big flat chest ones besides that? I gotta admit, I'm not super familiar with the CGL models. I'm a little bit of a CGL hater. I really am not enthralled with their Leah plastics. I hate the PVC. I really hate the PVC. I would like to see a lot more chassis available through Iron Winds. Just the crisper detail, the spin casting allows it to get the sharp edges. Heck, even if they had like styrene, they'd be able to get a better result. Just the PVC is low pressure, and so all the connections are a little doughy. All the edges, they're great sculpts. They're just, you know, not great minis. And they were cheap, so that was always a selling point. It would also be cool if they had some third party, some licensed party selling them as professional, like game store grade 3D prints. That would be pretty dope, actually. Now, do we push the red all the way to the back? I think we do. We have this dividing line right here. But I think because we came all the way up the housing with the red, we're going to push all the way up the housing to the back of these cannons. There's like a line right here that turns into the cone tip. We're going to hit this with the red, and then we'll we'll hit those cone tips in silver. And something you guys aren't getting here that I can feel is the tactile nature of this double prime coat. So the Mini is prepped. The Mini is prepped with the metal primer, and then it is hit with the Stynel res. So it's got like a almost like a kind of rubberized feel to the material. It's hard to describe. This thing should be pretty robust and handleable over the lifetime of the Mini. And of course, if my client ever needs to do touch-ups, we'll have the video out there to do the colors. Though I do find that the metal primed IWM models tend to not chip. Unicorn Company says the Legion regiments lack a formal color scheme, though most units lean towards reds and grays. Okay, sick. That's from Camo Specs. The Megatron stream would work. Yeah. IWM has the issue of needing the Mini properly cut up for casting. They're sort of at the mercy of CGL for timelines, what can and can't be. Yeah, it's I also have to assume that there's a certain amount of like pricing and sales numbers. Like Leah can pump it out because they're a company set up to do Kickstarter fulfillment. So basically the whole CGL run now is more or less like a more permanent Kickstarter fulfillment. It just sucks. They're game pieces. They're not miniatures. That said, if you think of them as game pieces, they are pretty fucking awesome. If I had a board game with models of that quality, I'd be very, very happy. But the moment I'm having to like paint them and do like detail, if I'm doing anything other than like a simple dry brushing, simple style painting, I'd be really not happy with it. All right, what is next? So we got the red on there. I think we can dive into our metallic coat. I'll push through the metallics. I was thinking I might use copper, but I don't think there's any real reason to do that based on the artwork. Oh, I missed a spot. Right, y'all. Okay, that looks decent. Let's clean up this section right here. Bam. That looks okay. Yeah, we'll hit the metallics, we'll do a wash, and then we'll go back in and we'll start in on the highlights in the same order we've done so far. So story time. IWM was looking at fan financing the Black Python White Raven with the art from the Recognition Judges. They had to stop. It was planned for the Mercs Kickstarter. That sucks. The books and crannies are always a pain. Ah, yes. Nothing like a book nook for my crannies. Okay, so let's get some metallic on this boy. And it's always a joy for me to get to use the metal color. There it is. We're going to use our Vallejo metal color Duraluminimium. And I may need to change brushes. What size is this guy? is a number 2. I think we can get away with a fresh number 2. All right, so let's get all this out of the way. Next, we're going to do metallics. So we put this in here. We're going to show the camera that we're using our duraluminum, and we want to really shake it up. Let's do a couple little dribbles. Actually, 1 drop ought to do. Now this stuff is magic. Show the camera that we're using our number 2 Princeton Select. Brand new. We're going to get in here, and we got to make sure to stir this color because it separates out basically instantaneously, as it is a airbrush color meant to be shot through airbrushes. So we got to be careful with that. But this stuff is so good. It's so very nice. 1 coat coverage. Just metallics that go on and do what you tell them to. Yes, please. Yes, please. They're so good. All right. I think I'm gonna have to stretch my legs here in a second. This chair is killing me. I'm a fan of 1 coat coverage, you say? I have some of that. You have to mix the nooks and crannies. But what about the books and the crannies? All right, let's get this camera to refocus. I actually think we maybe want to decrease the shutter speed a little bit there. And now we're just gonna get in here with some like traditional BattleTech actuator work. Just gonna pick out our spots, and then once I film enough of this, we'll switch back over to the camera where I can keep an eye on that and make sure we're getting good visibility for y'all's watching experience. But we also want to film this and make sure we have enough footage to put together. And of course, you know, none of these shots are like, we're not really worried about getting the whole thing. Actually going to make a judgment call here. I think we're going to do this little generator thing in red, and then we could probably paint the little plug for now, but we'll do that in red. I think that'll look really good. But we just need enough footage to sell the idea as part of our paint up, you know. Probably, like, this is a 3-minute clip currently, and I would wager that we're only going to use maybe 20 seconds of this. It's usually how they go. In fact, let's set that thing down. Get this thing going on. Oh, yeah. Get stuck back in. I don't want 2 thin coats. I want 1 thick, fluffy one. Yeah. If it takes 2 coats for me to cover my coat too little. Yeah. The little back thing is where the matrix of leadership goes if Megatron can never steal it. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Unicorn says, I found that Vallejo model air metallics are suspended slightly different than those. Don't require as much remixing as the metallics in the bigger bottles. Also, no P3s are nice. So, I haven't tried any of the model air smaller bottles. I did try Vallejo's like model color metallics, and they're really bad. So I'm a little gun shy about it, but I will have to give them a go. All right, where are we at now? Let's get in here and hit these cover cones. Boom. And we'll hit this cover cone. Chow. Let's get in here and get this shoulder actuator. Nice solid coverage. Maybe if I zoom in, a bit easier to keep in frame. Now, I don't know where we're going to get live tonight. I do know, though, that I'm going to be working till pretty late. I will probably have to cut this at the 3-hour point, though, because this chair is destroying my grundle. I really got to get a good stool that's the right height. I think I said last time, this one's like just a few inches too tall at the lowest setting. So I'm really like, I got the shrimp pose going on. Model airflow is really smooth. I picked up tons of their Model L range while I was doing WW2 commissions in the before time. Yeah, it's I always like the air colors because I'm working with thin paint anyways. So the pre-thin stuff is closer to the to where I run my paints anyways. Nice and flowy. You know, basically ready to be shot out of an airbrush. Though there are those who would say you still need to thin it before it goes in the airbrush. I guess it depends on the PSI. I imagine if you're shooting like full bore, high pressure, or you have like a single action airbrush, then straight out of the bottle is probably fine. Let's put a little more red on here. I see a spot that got missed here. We need to clean that up with some. Right there. Bam. Clean that up. And then while we have it out, I want to do this thing back here in red. I don't have any reference of the back of the model. Or the back of the actual Megatron. But this thing, it just scream in red. Red cover. Looks like dang, what do you call the cover? The head? The thing that covers the pistons in a car. I don't know what it's called. But you see those and they have that like powder coat red thing going on. That's what this makes me think of. Let's just go ahead and push the red down to the bottom here. It's a little bit of a dirty join there. What the fuck is that? I think I'm getting attacked by fruit flies. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna look really good once we come in and highlight that up. All right. Yeah, see, that looks pretty fucking sick. The header block, yeah. Hashtag let's order Cameron a chair from IKEA. So the problem is, my last folding steel chair has finally died, and I am so reticent to go spend the proper money that I need on a chair. And honestly, I'm a little gun shy about it too, because I bought a Serta chair for my computer off the internet, and it was a huge mistake. It had good reviews, and it claimed to be good for fat people. It is neither of those things. It is trash poop garbage, and it is falling apart. Alright, so let's get the tip of our gun in silver here. Let's get the back cap of it in silver. I don't want to overdo the silver here because, I mean, Megatron is gray. He is gray. Now he has a little silver on the front, So we should maybe try to find a spot we could do some silver. Though I think I really don't want to overdo it. And we may skip the vent details on the front because the model doesn't have those. So we'll just continue. I think his gun is basically solid dark gray, so we're not going to do the metallics on that. Well, I say that, but we'll do this back cap thingamabob in silver. And we can maybe take a little bit of an artistic liberty, and the tip should maybe go silver now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, just because our other laser ports are doing the same thing. It diverges a little bit from the artwork, of course, but I think it makes sense, and it still doesn't take away from the homage. So let's go ahead and do that. Judgment call. Depending on how cheap you want to get, IKEA has office chairs for like $30 because they all have names like Yerka Flurburger. Yeah, I need like a So I'm in my chair probably 60 hours a week, if not more. I really need something that is super durable and comfortable, made for long sessions. And of course, I am fat and tall, so I'm quite a heavy man. Top to bottom valve cover, cylinder head, engine block. Yeah, valve cover's probably what you're thinking. Can't see the heads unless you take covers off my... Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That is exactly what I was thinking, sir. Okay, so we're going. Judgment call has been made. The tip of the gun is silver. I know Megatron's scope rifle is not, but this little detail will bring our model back in line with the rest of the paint job. Dude, you know what? I might actually be able to solve this issue. I'm gonna grab my old busted chair, and then if it collapses this time, you guys will get the added benefit of seeing it happen live on camera. I will be right back. I just gotta go get it from the corner. Oi. Just the support struts. The support struts are gone. What do you call it? The cross bracing. And you see immediately I'm like much shorter in the frame. The problem with my chair, the stool is fine. It's too tall. It's like that much too tall. So I'm like leaning into it really hard, and the saddle portion, the horn of the saddle is like, it's up in my gooch. It's like pressing on my vagus nerve. Yeah, sit on the line of danger for the amusement of internet weirdos. This is correct. This is correct. Megatronus, Knight of Cybertron, yeah. A good chair is like good boots. It hurts to buy cheap. Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I'm a little gun shy because I spent, I think it was $200 on my Serta for the computer, and it's shit. It's a $50 chair at best. It's actually offensive that Serta would have their name on such a product. Like, no adjustability, no lumbar support, really cheap, super thin, padding. I'm pretty sure the base plate came like a little bit warped as well. Basically, I bought a $200 chair and it broke down in less than a year. Alright, we're going to take a little artistic liberty here and pick out this detail in silver. Boom, get a nice little piece of contrast there. But we're going to leave that like ring that goes to the hand in gray. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to have this little vent tine here in silver as well. It'll create a nice little point of visual interest and some eye relief to all the gray. That is going to become a sea of highlights, if you will. And we'll do the same over here. Paint this thing in, and this will be a good visual break between the gray of this and then the gray of this attachment point. So we can leave this like housing right here in gray, and then we can do our like mechanical bits here in the handle in silver. And I gotta admit, I'm really tempted to come in here and make this handle here in red. Did Megatron ever have like a sword, like a melee weapon? Is there some canonicity to like a color there? I really don't know Transformers, to be fair. Not even a little bit. Alright, and now we'll do the inside ring of these knee joints. Those will go silver. Yeah, silver. I don't know. Yeah, Energon Mace. Good memories of playing Super Metroid. I saw someone paint up a Victor, I think it's Samus Aran Varia suit. Yeah, that'd be sick, dude. I agree, Mr. Nate. Don't ever buy a chair you ain't sat in. It's true. And then, you know, on the chair again, the issue here, it needs to be short. This desk is not like, if it was proper chair height, it'd be like 4 inches taller. One sec. He's like a purple energy sword in the movie. In the cartoon, he had a pink chain with a big ass spike mace at the end. Purple plastic mace in the toys. Was that G1 that he had a purple sword? Man, it's purple out of nowhere is going to look really weird on the overall composition. I guess not. We could do the same purple on the sword handle as we do on the Decepticon symbol. That's what we'll do. Yep. Thank you guys. Well appreciated. Well bargained and done. Okay, so now we're coming in. A bit of a tough point here. So I want this little piece. How close can I get in on that? I want this panel here in silver, but I don't want this piece with the two vents in it itself to be in silver. I want that to stay gray. So it looks like a piece of gray detail that's latching on to all this silvery undergubbins. And of course, this is really flat right now. These are base coats. Super base. Like what is it? Is it high pH? Bases are really high pH. What would make it a super base? Like 1 or 0? Can you have negative pH? Or I guess it's big number, right, for basic? So Movies has a big spiky one, it looks like. Some later transforms, he has a purple glowy sword. G1 was pinkish purple Morningstar Castlevania style. Beast Wars Megatron would bite you with his T-Rex head hand. Dude, I had the Beast Wars toys. The original one, the like 2-pack that came with Megatron and Optimus Prime. Optimus was the bat and Megatron was the crocodile. Shit was fucking awesome. They had like a lever in them. Like the transformation was like 80% automated. It was awesome. Ooh, Nightbot wants a Popcat. I want a Popcat. Redeem. Popcat. Let's fucking redeem a Popcat. Hell yes. Hell yes. Popcat. Dude, I wonder if it's going to take that input. You got that in right at the same time I did. Oh, it sure did. Yeah, there's no cooldown on Popcat, you know. No cooldown at all. It just hit me that I'm fingering this model a lot. And I maybe need to reduce that. I'm going to run across the room and grab my paint handle real quick. Give me just a second. I left it at the computer. Finger in the model lot. Megatron needs an adult. No, it's fully, it's consensual. It's definitely consensual. That man's aching for an exploration of his actuators. And I'm just the gooner to do it. Alright, let's see if we can't thread the needle here. Let's get a good pose where y'all can see and I can see. Let's get in here and shoot de whoop. Try not to overspill too much. I think we got a little bit of overspill, unfortunately. We'll have to clean it up here in a bit. Let's see, where's our focus? Right there. Let's get in here and pay attention. Pow. And then you know what I think? I was gonna do this in gray, but I think silver on those like mechanical little bits will be really nice. And it's also a good way to bring more silver towards the front to kind of make up for the fact we're not doing the silver on the chest. Despite the toy having, or the original artwork being that. Okay, so we got the shoulder actuators. The elbow actuators are going to be the red. We got our laser emitter areas in silver. What's next? What is next? We got the wrist thing. This needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I think here we're going to do that same thing. Pull this over. And actually, I'm making another judgment call. I want this whole back end of this tube to be silver. All the way up to this panel line division right there. Pow. And that means it's going to be this this whole connector right here is silver. And this little like deep area, and it looks like we have our silver weapon with this like gray cowling over the end of it. So let's see what we can match over here. This will also help to create a little bit of extra contrast between the gray and the gray. All right, so we got to get in there, but not too much. I don't want to spill onto the dark gray. Pa-pow, pa-pow, chow, chow. All right, looking good. What do we have left now? We need to get that neck done. And I think that's fine because we're gonna... If we end up with a little spillover, it's fine because we're gonna use the lighter gray. Beast Wars was an awesome show. I also like the Transformers Prime. Dude, I remember Beast Wars, like, getting up at like 6 in the morning to catch that before school. It was great, and like looking back at it, it's so bad, but like when you're a kid and it has that magic, it was awesome. I also had the PC game, which is really bad, but when you're a kid and you love the Beast Wars, and you have access to the game that like furthers your enjoyment and experience with that universe, it's pretty fucking awesome. Okay, so we're gonna try to avoid as much spillover as possible here on the neck, but like I said, since his face is meant to be, and I just sloppily hit the face anyways, but I'm not worried about it. So because the face is a slightly lighter gray, I'm not really worried about any spillover. I'm more worried about spilling over and hitting the neckline. What do you call this? Whatever the collarbones are, the gorget? Is that what it would be? Okay, and then I think our sword is going to be silver as well. Let's just go ahead and commit to it. You know, fuck, I gotta check the damn... What did the G1 sword look like? I feel old now. I was watching G1 before school. Yes, yes. Time and tide waits for no man. Let's do G1 Megatron sword. Oh, fuck. Wait a second. So it's like, is this actually what we're looking at here? So it's like reverse. They censored the fucking logo. I don't know, it's so good to me. Okay, so we actually need to flip what we're gonna do there. We do the handle in the dark gray, and then we do the sword in penetrative power purple. G1 was a Saturday morning thing for me. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is our boy. And actually, look, we missed a little detail here. We need a red bit. We need a red bit on the cannon somewheres. Anyhow, we'll worry about that in a moment. For now, we can continue with the silver. And we know the sword will not be silver. It will be purple. The purple penetrator. Alright, so let's hit these ankle actuators here. Get our foot actuators done. I do love the modern trend with the BattleTech designs to have the actuators showing in the locations. I think it's pretty awesome. we're gonna have some spillover here that we need to correct. I'm gonna try to avoid it, but we're gonna have to clean up anyway. So if we get a little bit, it's fine. I think I've had that attitude a few times in content. Like if you spill a little bit over, it's fine. Just try not to do it as much as possible. And of course, work inside to out. The deeper crevices first. Here, I'm more worried about getting spill onto the light gray. Alright. What is next? What is next? Oh, ads! That's what's next. Is that a fucking 30-second long unskippable? No, it gave me the skip. Thank goodness. Holy moly, YouTube. Why? Why, YouTube? Why? You do silver with the lines glowy? Check the Discord? Oh, fuck. Actually, why is Discord not making noise for me? It should be... I should be getting babinks. Oh, fuck. I know why. Jeez. I'm an asshole. I'm in Do Not Disturb mode. I would have got the babinks from that. It is a... I really do not like the look on his face with that big-ass sword. That's he's gonna do things with that. The big purple thing. Oh, now the Babink works. Yes, Babink is live. So I apologize. You guys should have been able to hear Babink this entire time. You look at the old designs, they just sort of ignore the need for a foot actuator Muja. Oh yeah, look at the original Bane's legs. One good thing about the CGL direction is they are designing miniatures with mine. Exposed actuators might not be good mechanically, they look good on a mini. Yeah. I see a little bit of that. I think that, like, they definitely would have armor there, but how much of the actuator would you actually be able to cover with armor? And then, like, how worried are you about it? Like, is your opponent actually able to make that level of precision shots? Okay, so continue almost. Continue almost. We continue. I picked up Continue Almost as a as an earworm during my third semester of Spanish. We'd be doing a lesson and we do like a segue into something, and the instructor was always like, okay, continuamos. It's the we call it the oh, I can't remember the name of that conjugation. It's the we version of continuar. We continue. Continuar es un cognado. Sounds very much the same in both a Spanish and the English. Inglés. Let's do that. Do we just go full silver on this bit on the head? No, I think we do the same convention we've done so far. We'll do this round connection point in silver for the contrast, and then we'll do this front bit in silver because it's a laser, and we'll leave the back cowling in gray. like we've done so far. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. Chow, 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 chow. Alright, so what are we missing now, silver-wise? I missed some gray right there. I think that's all the gray. I mean, all the silver. We got the joints, the elbow, underside. Got the shoulders. We missed a little bit in the pit. We'll fix that real quick. And we're now ready to do some washing. And from there, we reestablish base tones. And
Well, you want to woo woo?
I do want
It's
to
that
woo
woo
woo.
woo.
You know what I'm saying?
Some neighbors are saying
No,
way
I'm
too
saying-
loud.
That's only in the
It's
morning.
only in the mornings.
You supposed to be up cooking breakfast or something.
What a bastard
That's
Bub
like
Rub
alarm
is. Holy
clock.
shit.
Woo woo.
What a bastard. His elongated yes was always a favorite. Ah, yes. T-Rex T-Thrust. I like all the dumb little things in Beast Wars 2, like Megatron with brushes, little T-Rex. Yeah, that's funny. That's why I always approach painting Battletech minis with the pulp Steinfly mindset. Metal barrels, bits, lots of color. Oh, yeah. A great love of violence. Yes. Yes. I just realized that the evil would be Dr. Evil would be heavy with Black Knight. It had a freaking laser beam on its head. Oh yeah. Funny. What's up, Mr. Nathan? Steady. Oh jeez. Dude, I love that Mental immortalized that. You guys know about the oh geez, right? That's the whenever like something would go wrong and you tell my grandpa about it, he'd be like, oh jeez, and he'd fucking like hop up to deal. And when I was getting Mental to do the to do some of the scenes, it was the oh geez. He fucking nailed it, dude. It's become its own thing. Okay, so I think I know I keep saying it, but I think we're actually ready for a wash. Maybe not. We need to clean up a few little spots of the dark gray, and that's actually kind of dried out. So let's put a little bit of water in it. Actually, it needs a whole ass drop of water. And I just realized I probably should have filmed a little bit more of the metallic, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. You guys know what putting metallic on looks like. What the fuck is a Stantler? Is that like some kind of deer Pokemon? Get in there, clean that up. Where was the rest of the gray we needed? We needed the sword. The sword needs the dark gray. So this whole ass handle. Well, not the whole ass handle. We'll leave the actual grip part in metallic. But we'll go through and get that dark gray color. And we can also use the sword as a test bed for our purple as we try to get our Decepticon purple correct. Just it sucks here. The gray on gray, we'll probably have to like do a sharp highlight on the fingers to compensate for, but it's fine. Doesn't need to be super detailed, so we're not too worried about it. Dude, what you think, Mr. Nathan? I stopped raw dogging this miniature and putting him on a handle. you think of that change? Can you believe it? I bet you can't believe it. Nathan is for the bees, after all. His mind went to the hive mind long ago. Alright, get that going on. I didn't do the side flaps before, so we're going to do those now. Boom, side flaps in gray. Now, something I'm worried about here, I kind of got to do an all-over null oil wash, realistically. Pretty much everywhere needs some. And I think I run the risk of hitting this with null oil everywhere, and then I'm just going to have to wait for like a fucking half hour for it to dry. No idea. Shayu is a tag and it said Shayu's Mandarin Park. It's a freaking shark with a freaking laser beam. That's amazing. Don't worry, the wash will hide it. I do say wash. Wash is actually not wash is not actually natural to my accent, but it's something that I've long insisted on saying and have worked into my accent manually. Shit, that's spillover. Shit, that's red spillover. That's red spillover. I shall eat the paint and clean it. God damn it, that sucks. Let me grab some actual fucking water here. Holy moly, let's get rid of that. That's a problem. Absorb that problem from our model before we stain everything. This red is really, really staining. You get it on a light color. Let's let that kind of rest there for a minute there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Alright, so we need to pick a spot. Oh, it's not even hard. He's got this thing on top of the gun here. That whole thing is going red. Just like Megatron. Perfect. Damn. The Black Knight was meant to be Megatron. It's got almost all the details to do it. Okay. Let's hit that one more time here. I really need that engine cowl thing to dry so we can hit it with a little bit more. You know what? It looks dry enough. Let's come in here and be a little more careful. Pachow. There we go. Excellent. All right, we're ready for more null oil. Let's get it done. I say crick instead of a creek. Yeah. Delicious microplastics. Yes. I like them in my stomach instead of my balls. All right. Back to filming. And I think we maybe want to use this angle again right here. So let's go ahead and pop this webcam off again. Let's pop it off and set it up right there for now. And where's my thingamabob? We'll use our... So I got this camera mount right here. This goes to my DSLR and it adapts to my tripod. So we'll pop this thing free. We got our nice little resin encrusted camera mount. Get this arm set up, stick it on show. Boom. Camera on there. keep saying camera, but it's a cell phone. Same thing these days. Where are you sitting at? Holy shit, it's already 8 o'clock. What can we get done in the next hour? Alright, we need our Nuln Oil. We need our little tin. We need clean water. We need our washing brush. We need a pipette. So we're gonna start this shot by slinging that on there. Take our Nuln Oil, show it to the camera. I'm gonna pour a little puddle out. Looks like I'm getting low on it again too. And then we're gonna take some water. Probably about that much. Arbitrary amount. Pick up this. Give our NULN oil a good stirring. Some stuff and things, yeah, exactly. So I have my resin printer set up and I have my new resin to test. Now what should I print? That's a good question. What about Mini Hulk Mech's Cyclops? I don't know if you have one of those already. It's got a really nice Gauss rifle one. I think we may have over-thinned our Nuln Oil. I think we may have done it again. Maybe a little too thin. It's too thin. Let's pull out a little bit of the water. And we'll add in some more Nuln Oil. On it. I just splattered myself in the face with Nuln Oil. Shocking. 6mm infantry scaled up to match your FDMX. Print more missile characters. Can never have enough of those. Water, yes. Hello, Mr. Grimm the Project. Hope you're doing well. Alright, so we come in here. That looks a little better now. I'm going to try to be careful about this. I may actually need a smaller brush. Yeah, let's just use our... What size was this? This is a 4. That's also a 4. We'll use this chopped down number 2. Because I want to flood some areas, but I don't want to fully saturate the model at this point. Oh, I am filming. Okay, sick. I was about to say, oh my god, I'm not filming, but I am actually the filming. We're just gonna, anywhere that was silver, we're gonna just like flood. We don't want too much pooling. We don't want tide marks. But we do want like a nice light coating on the areas that are not gonna get flooded. So first we're going to start with the flooding areas. Let's flood our silver. That's basically going to do all the work of our shading on those. It's also going to create definition where it butts up against another color. Normally I do this completely full strength, but I need a little bit of thinness for the areas where we're going to put it on the gray. So we may need to do 2 coats on the actuators and stuff. And I think we'll get this on and kind of let it set a little bit. And then we'll come in with a lighter touch, a thinner mixture, if you will, on the gray, the light gray. But for now, we're gonna flood all the silvery bits. We're gonna flood the red. This is what, 60% Nuln Oil, 40% water, something like that. I think we're actually gonna flood the any of the dark gray areas as well. Just really get in there and do some of the instant shading. Let it do its magic. All my commercial grade sails have like metallics with this. This is the way. NULN oil, man, it's a magic potion. It really is. I simply exist in Mr. Country getting some 40k dudes and some Wabi mechs. How are you, fellow man? I am overworked, undersexed, and mostly dead inside, but the mechs shall continue. I think that we're going to have a pretty busy month of models, because I got to get a bunch on the eBay store to make my builds, and then I also have a whole bunch of what are they? I got to do some Tiger Sharks, I got to do some Benjamin regulars, and some Stones Defenders. I think it's going to be a nice fun full month of stream stuff. What else? What else is coming up? Tuesday, we're gonna have to probably cancel Mech Warrior, unfortunately, in favor of getting my I Am Jade Falcon diorama done. I should have said something in the Discord instead of doing it like this, in case anyone in the chat is one of the pilots. But yeah, we're probably going to have to take a week off on that. But that said, once we get through the very end of this month, I think we're on track to like recover and potentially get on the path to a double down 2 videos in July. It'll be this one and then the I Am Jade Falcon, and then we've still got the whatchamacallit, the blue Infinity Boys. Those will have their own content. Just got to get free and clear of a few commissions. I'm determined to work. All right. So I think we've hit... Nope. Start to say I think we've hit everything, but we need to flood the pelvis with this dark fluid. And now... what is next? What is next? This red needs some. Boom, we'll get the ink on there. Chop, chop, chop. Let's run some ink up under those armpits. Get that shadow in there. The chop. That's looking good. Hit that again. Hit this one more time. Alright. Pause on that. A KFC double down? No thanks. I was going to say, don't forget your diorama entry. Yep, I gotta... It's going to be another... I think Tuesday's going to be one of those... start early and stream for like 8 or 9 hours. I have started on it. Let me interrupt myself here a little bit. So we have the base. The base is... This is all just primer pre-shading. So we've got the rocky coverage in light gray, and then we've come in with a darker gray to do some of the early shading. I may hit this with one more pass of almost like a blackish shadow right there, but we'll do that with airbrush work. We have Joanna done in a dark gray primer, and then we've hit it top down with a mid gray. I don't know if you can see the difference in the two tones on there. So she's got a bit of a zenithal thing going on. And then Natasha has been, we hit her with a gray prime and then came up from underneath with black, but I don't have enough contrast here. I think she needs one more pass of a zenithal over top, but everything should line up nice. It's going to take a little bit of finagling to get it assembled. And I think we're going to have to do a little bit of sculpting on some of the flame bits. God damn, can you just go in the hole, please, and stay in the hole? That would be really awesome of you. Yeah. And then we've got our I Am Jade Falcon diorama attack. So it should be super, super fun. I'm going to go pretty simple with it, with some OSL and stuff. It was originally meant to beat Mr. Comstar's entry, and he said he did his in only 4 hours, so I should be able to do something. Nope, no pilots here. Yeah, Mr. Dallas, I apologize for saying it that way, but I think I have to cancel in favor of getting painting done. I actually maybe need to cancel on my D&D guys for tomorrow, which sucks because one of our other we just missed like 3 weeks, and we're just now getting back to it. And then one of the other players is also going to be missing next Monday, so like it really sucks. But I may have to do it anyways. You know, consequences be damned or whatever. But the shit's got to get done, and I only got myself to blame on that. Oh, it put me back on top chat. Why you do this to me, YouTube? Why are you doing this to me, YouTube? Nope. Skip survey. I'm not taking your surveys, dog. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Okay, so from here, I really want, just realized I missed this guy. I don't want to just flood the whole dang model. I really don't want to just flood the whole model. So I think what we'll do is we're going to do 2 more drops of water in there, and we'll do a little test. We'll do a little test on the underside of the sword here to see what kind of coverage we got. Yeah, I think that's acceptable. Maybe not. That might be too much still. That may be yet too dark. No, I think it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna get in here and we want to wash down all the little nooks and crannies of our gray. And then I think, unfortunately, what's gonna happen here is we now have a wet model that is gonna need time to dry. So I'm wondering what we could do in the meantime. And effectively what we've done here is not film that I'm doing this. Shit. I'll bring it up in the production. But I do want to touch on the fact that we're not, it's a different strength wash for the dark gray versus the light gray. I may have to shoot an additional like test. Yeah, I may have to do that. I think it's I think it could be an interesting point in the tale of painting this guy. It could just be a passing moment too. You could talk about how you don't always want to put your ink on full strength. In fact, sometimes if the color is light enough, you want to thin it out, I guess. Something like that. Something like that. I should have filmed adding the water. I regret that. But you know, I tend to get myopic about these things anyways. So I don't think it's a huge deal to not include that. Important detail is that it is getting washed. It's all getting washed. We want all those crevices to show and give us that nice contrast for when we come in and do our highlighting afterwards. Beep 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 beep. Bow, bow, bow. All right. One more pass on the face, because that's going to get redone anyways, and I want to really refine that definition. And we're gonna look over it. If there's any tide marks, we can remove them, but I don't think we really have any. We might have too much right here we want to pick up. That's sitting nicely. I had a wash earlier, but it was a little too thin, I think. I think I might print the Locust Labs Dragon. Can print out multiple arms for strength testing, breaking since they're separate. First lance for the crew. That sounds like a good plan, dude. Such is the way of a D&D group, the constant struggle to get everyone together on the same day. Yeah, ours is... I think what sucks is my Dungeon Master made it weekly, and weekly's good as long as everyone has no commitments, and like everyone stays super enthusiastic about it. But I always find that a bi-weekly group is kind of the sweet spot. It's often enough that you get multiple sessions a month, and it's not so far out that you forget things. I play with the Dicks in the Dark when they do Mega Dungeon, and they're once a month, and like if it weren't for the fact that there's a stream to go back and check it out, I'd probably forget everything that happened. Okay, so what can we do while we wait here? I think what we're gonna do is start working on some of the basing details, maybe. I think we can start on some of the basing details. I wonder if I have an extra base ready to go. I'm tempted to pop him off of this base, but I do have the weight in the bottom already. So, let's do... I kind of want to do like a sidewalk or like a curb. So I think what we're going to do is... I'm not going to worry about filming this part. I don't think it's... I think it's going to slow me down. Where's my dang hobby knife. Where the hell is it? I think it's in the other room. Yeah, let me hop up and deal with that. I'm gonna take just a moment, stretch my legs, refill my drink, find the hobby knife, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut down this stiff board here, this stiff card, into like a 6mm scale kind of curb, and then we're gonna put a little bit of putty on the base to kind of serve as what's the word I'm looking for here? To serve as a surface that we can carve some cracks into. But I need my hobby knife, and I know I just had it. I think it's in there. Give me just a second. BRB.
But you do work out.
Do I work out?
Give me 10.
Do I work out, Mr. Nate? I do, and I will give you your 10.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
Push-ups. Yes, I tell you what, I sure love doing push-ups. They make me happy. Oh yeah. All right, how do I get back into Paint Stream? Thank you for the push-ups, Mr. Nate. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, our fresh hobby blade. I want a nice clean cut. Nice clean cut here. And actually, I think we can just use these pre-scored lines, or these pre-marked lines, as a convenient point. Let's get this guy going on. Just gonna cut that in two. We're gonna stack these up. We're gonna hit them with a little bit of glue. So we're gonna use super glue here. I think in the long run, normally, in the long run, what am I trying to say? The ideal glue is probably actually PVA here, but just gonna get a nice double thick piece of card. And it may even need to be treble thick, probably. Yeah, let's make it treble thick. And then this thing is just going to be a scale curb. So let's do another pass of glue here. Don't need too much. Boom. And then we'll trim it down with our skeezors. Get that going. Boom, bam. Get that a going. There we go. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of our Instaset. And it should permeate into the paper and set off all that glue. Set that off to the side for now. And we're going to take a little bit of... I'm going to take a bit of green stuff. And basically we want a sheet that we can carve cracks into, but we also need a bunch of little bricks and stones and stuff. Bricks and stones. Bricks and stones. Intermission. Oh, dude, I think you're behind quite a bit, Mr. Matthew Stearns. I wonder if I have the latency high. Let's do a test. Latency test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 5 seconds. That's 5 seconds. Not too bad. 5 seconds ain't bad at all. I blame the YouTube. And some light exercise. Oh yeah. The push-ups are where it's at. Yeah, Mr. Matthew Stearns is just now getting the push-ups. That's funny. Yes. We do the push-ups. All right, so let's get a little bit of green stuff going. Little bit. Try to get these roughly the same. I think if anything, we can maybe err towards the blue side, so it's a little stiffer mix. Remember, Neatitide is going away, y'all. The tariffs killed green stuff. I hope that... Give me my hundo. All around it, Slink. It ain't even trying to give you that hundo right now, is it? Shit. I need some water. Where's my pipette? I'll just work with a little bit right here on the surface. So we're going for here. I'm going to get this mixed up, and we're gonna make a sausage. I don't think I have anything that I could use as scale bricks. Let me check my project box down here. I got my this used to be my old Warhammer model case. It's a Plano pistol case. Wonder if I have anything in here that would serve as detail. We do have a little bit of cork in here that we could use. The thing is, I don't think I have any basing bits in like 6mm. It's all 28mm for the most part. Yeah, I don't really have anything that would be convenient for what I'm trying to do. I do have this foam. We maybe use a little bit of foam. Not the hair though. Yeah, this is all for 28mm. could have swore I had some extra scale enhancement stuff printed out. Nope. Oh wells, we're gonna hand sculpt it. That's what we're going to do. Where's my PVA? I see it, it's over there. I do have Mod Podge here though. We could make a little bit of a brick wall. The client had mentioned they wanted kind of city ruins type terrain. So I got this thing. We could cut that down into a brick wall, carve bricks into it at miniature scale. Bibbidi bobbidi boobs, you say? Yeah. That's a lot of gambling, sir. That's a lot of gambles. Is this still not giving you the hundo? For scale bricks, you could just set some cardstock in the tiny cubes. I don't know if I have any cardstock handy. I've got this like this paper stuff. I was honestly just gonna cut out a roll of this stuff and then chop it down. 8:25 p.m. Jeez. I think I'm gonna be stuck doing an all-nighter on this thing. It is a distinct possibility. Alright, so once we don't see any more streaks in our green, so we're just about there. Just about there. We got a little yellow. I think that is maybe expired yellow that's not going to mix in, so we're going to pull that out. Where is my sculpting tool? I don't see it. I bet it's over there. I bet you it is. It's fine. We can work with the hobby knife. It's fine. Who even needs a dang sculpting tool? Alright, so I think we didn't even mix up enough material. I think it's going to take this whole bit on the base here. Now, the reason we're going with the Kneadatite is it's not water soluble and it does not contract at all. Alright, I gotta go get the fucking sculpting tool. Who even needs it? I even needs it. That's who. Why is it over there? Yes. That's why. Got my little sculpting tool. It's got a flat loop and it's got a little pick at one end. And we're going to use this to flatten and press our sheet where we need it to go. I don't need much. We're just creating a very, very thin surface for me to be able to carve cracks into. That's it. So we'll push it around. And then we're going to use as little as possible here. We can maybe get away with the hobby knife too here. Little as possible. Little as possible. And all of this is the equivalent of hobby vamping. I'm buying time for my ink to dry. Very, very thin sheet. Very thin sheet. Alright, a little bit more on the other side now. Ooh, skip ads. No thank you ads. I will never buy anything you tell me to do. Is it in my butt? No. It's not in my butt. Was not, in fact, in my butt. I know. I keep a tight inventory on what's in there. Plus, there's not much room with the toaster, you know. All right, so let's get this there as well. We're keeping our tool very moist, very, very moist. If you do not have a moist tool, then it's going to stick and you're going to have a bad time. So we're just coming in, we're pressing this crap down. We'll come in with the hobby knife now. And we're doing a flattening and kind of a smearing motion at the same time. And the thing is here, if we have an edge overhang, I also want to preserve that because we probably did not actually put out enough green stuff here for what I'm trying to do. We're very short, and if we do have, if it is enough, then it's like just enough. So let's try to be sparing. Hobby glamping? Glamping? Wait, what is glamping? Is not vamping. No. It is not the same, Mr. Nate. You know what you've done here. You know exactly what you've done here. Got too much moisture on the base. I have water underneath the putty. And that could be problematic, so we're going to use the flat of the hobby knife here and really push that down and together and try to squeeze out all that moisture. I apologize if that blowing sound just went in y'all's ears as well. I should be more cognizant of that, but I won't be. Because why would I? Why, oh why would I do such a thing? Okay, so we have our very, very thin layer of green stuff here. Oops, I just carved off some primer. We'll have to compensate a little extra later. It's fine. It is fine. All right, one more little bit in the corner, and then I think we'll have just enough green stuff to cut out a few bricks. And that's what I'm going for. I just want little bits of rubble to put in there. And we're going to go for we don't have much to play with here. So we want to sell the suggestion of a city area with the texture on the ground. A little bit more right there. I'm trying to use as little as possible here. And then it's okay if we leave a little gap around the foot too, because we're going to carve kind of cracks radiating out from around the foot to sell the pavement idea. Okay, we have one more little section right here. Let's get a little bit more, just a tiny bit more green stuff. Hopefully that is enough, because I'm running out. I should have mixed just a tiny bit more. I always find that's the case. It's either way too much or just shy of what you needed. And I think we may be breaking that today with exactly how much we need. Okay. Okay, so now we want our nice little curb set up, and we're gonna need to cut this thing down again. So we're gonna get out our ruler. We're gonna find where it needs to be trimmed. Right here's good. Save our little bits of green stuff because we're gonna need those in a second. Come in here and trim this thing down, and then we'll trim the other side as well. Get this nice and lined up right here. Cut through all 3 layers. I think I just bumped it a little too much, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Okay, and then we're gonna lay this along one of the edges where it makes the most sense. So we either want along that edge and have this guy coming straight down the road, or kind of coming across the road. Oh, that's a tough choice. Tough call. This is going to cut off a lot more material if we do it there. So I think we're going to put it right here. And in doing so, we're going to cut off a little bit of the material because we want to minimize how much we're going to have to trim. And we know it's going to come across right here. So now we're going to take a little bit more super glue. Sticky tools, yes. Yes, indeed, sticky tools. And then we'll take this side with the dye on the paper and have it underneath. Now, the green stuff is also going to go a long way in holding it, but we want just a little bit of super glue. And we're gonna really ram that home there. Okay, so now we have this. We have this convenient little bit here, and we can actually take our maybe we're going to use this tool here. I'm going to push down that end there. Really get it down there. Budding, who goest there?
Megatron.
What?
It's me. It's Techie R.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah, it's me.
What are you doing?
I'm waiting for dinner, late dinner somewhere. So I was watching the stream.
What's your dinner choice tonight?
It's a little late. Oh, train's coming. I'm by the train tracks. I don't know if you can hear it.
No.
I'm gonna get some chicken tendies and fries.
Go to Zaxby's?
No, I'm doing the Wingstop. Wingstop.
Wingstop.
This is a great place to be. I'm gonna move so that we don't hear a train on your stream. Or maybe the train is good.
I if it's going by right now, we can't hear it.
Oh well, it's approaching quickly.
Let's find out. Let's find out.
I'll wait at the stop sign.
Chat may have to screech if they hear problematic train sound.
It might be so loud that Discord won't pick it up unless I'm talking.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Is it here?
Are you hearing it?
No, not really.
Through?
Not really.
It's right next to me.
Oh, there you go. Just a little bit. When it did the honk, it came through.
He's honking.
Need you to be out of that intersection.
They're gonna stop at that little depot. I'm right here in front of like Daddy Billy's and all that stuff.
That's so funny.
I parked in their parking lot to order my chickens.
Alright, so,
Well, how's the model building going?
dude, this has got to be done and submitted finished by 11:59 a.m. tomorrow. And I am, phew, I'm stressing on it, but we're going to get it going. We are base coated. We're ink washed. It's ready for highlighting. And like detail work. I may very well, have to do this early in the morning to finish up. Either that or an all-nighter.
You gotta get that thing cranked up.
Yeah, and then there's I got 4 days for the white mechs, and then I still want to get the Joanna mech out, and that's due before the 1st.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also have 20 tanks that need to go out
Oh boy.
soon.
I saw the Patreon post.
Yeah.
That was some good progress made on that one. That
Dude.
looks awesome.
She's printed out and ready to paint. We're gonna do that on it's got to be on Tuesday instead of the Mech Warrior stream,
Hell yeah.
which sucks for the Mech Warrior guys, but I gotta work. Work sucks.
Would they be San Francisco Mech Warrior stuff?
What do you mean San Francisco Mech
Or
Warriors?
what Mech Warrior are we talking about? Oh, you mean the weekly Mech Warrior?
The weekly Mech Warrior, yeah.
Mech Warrior 5 campaign.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to roll out nice little sausage here. And we're gonna make some tiny bricks with this. Mini bricks, if you will.
Oh, bricks and minifigures that you're working
Bricks and
with.
minifigs, yeah. These are bricks for my minifigs, actually.
Have you been compelled to? Is there one in San Francisco?
No, not that I know of.
There's one in Murfreesboro.
That's funny.
And I've been there. It's next to the Panda Express. So
That's funny.
I've been there. I've been to that Panda Express at times, and I see that bricks and minifigs, and I want to go inside and just ask the guy that's working, like, "Hey, have you guys been like, what's the hurt like?" You know what I mean? That people have been working with you guys. Like, there's got to be some blowback even here, right? Like, definitely. It's a college town.
All
You
right.
know that people can watch that video.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, it got so big on the fucking Voidzilla did a video
Oh, yeah.
about it, and like
What's that guy's?
I
what's that
actually
guy's done yet?
I actually lost a lot of respect for him to poach that,
Oh, really? Oh, because he tried to poach.
because he poached the story. Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah, you're right. It's a bit bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I didn't think about it that way. Well, you know what? They all kind of did that reckless Ben guy dirty, because it wasn't just him. I mean, we're talking. There's probably 24 YouTubers that jumped on that.
oh yeah, they're all anyone who jumped on that scum.
I didn't think about it like that, but that makes sense. I mean, that guy, you know, and he got railroaded by the fucking law there, and it really fucked up the whole momentum of it. But I bet he'll still get a lot of views when he puts out that next part of the video.
If they let him do it.
Well, they've released the gag order. He can make videos again, and he can say whatever he wants about the company.
dude, they're only digging the hole deeper.
But do you know why they released the temporary restraining order?
No idea. I haven't looked at it at all. The last thing I saw, he said I can't do videos, and I haven't paid any attention to it.
Okay. Well, they've removed the temporary restraining order because Reckless Ben has successfully moved the case to the federal court.
Oh yeah, because the fucking whole town is corrupt. Like this is
Yeah,
huge.
So now it's a federal case. So they removed the TRO, and he can do whatever he wants as far as that stuff goes now. So the case is escalated, but he can speak again. It's one of the consequences of it being moved to a different court. I wonder how it'll all shake out.
I mean, I hope everyone in that police department go to fucking prison.
Come on, at least, you know, like, I mean, there's only like 5 or 6 of them because they all showed up to the call every time. So,
It's blatantly illegal. And if they had,
and this whole thing with the cops citing on anonymous calls to try and deal with a nuisance, you know what I mean? Like, people can just call in and say whatever the fuck they want. And if the cop thinks the guy's an asshole or a nuisance, then he just is like, all right, great, this is what I need to deal with this guy. You know, even though it's not legal and it's not true and it's like a falsified report, that's a crime. Not the guy, you know, standing around on a sidewalk or whatever that is pissing the cop off at the moment. The actual false report is the fucking crime they should be fucking trying to figure out.
Yeah, but he's one of them.
I know. It's infuriating.
Yeah, pretty fucking bad. Alright, so this is sticking like a motherfucker. My tools are sticking to the sausage, but I'm going to try and cut down a bunch of little bricks here. Mini bricks, if you could believe it.
Man, how about that bricks and minifig quick? Did you see that on the show? I was just gonna start the whole conversation over.
Yeah. It's like it's actually.
We should have done it. We could have
completely
just had the same conversation for 2 or 3 more minutes.
I mean,
the exact same.
My train of thought is so reset, anyways.
Sorry. I'm gonna go check on my chicken, man. And
Dude, what'd you order?
I ordered a fried chicken tendy.
Yeah.
With hot honey rub. It's like a dry rub, no sauce.
Wait,
and then I got
dry
fries.
rub. Wait, like are they gonna toss it? They do like the thing where they toss it in
it's
the.
It's like Nashville hot.
Yeah.
The hot honey thing. And then I got fries, well done fries, so that they don't undercook them.
Are they?
They'll be seasoned.
Oh hell yeah!
Something. What kind of fry seasoning you do?
Dude, I don't.
Wingstop is not great, but if you hit them like now when nobody's there,
yeah,
the kids that work in the back will usually cook up a fat tin.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where's the Wingstop at? Is it? It's over near like Casa Mexico.
Across from the mall, next door to the bank.
Yeah.
Casa Mexico. Left side of the bank. Casa Mexico is amazing. I love the Casa Mexico.
They were always the place.
But the food truck now, when you come back into town next, we'll hit up that guy's food truck. I'm sure he's got something there you could eat.
Dude, the small town food truck is just like, it's so what?
Oh, the Mexican truck is so good. He's like, just his straight up rice and beans is like crazy good.
Oh man.
I bet you can get a sick bean burrito off of that guy.
Oh, I bet.
I haven't tried anything like that. I've had a few things. I've done the birria quesadillas, which are sick. Any of the tacos. I've had some kind of a slow cooked pork thing that he did. That was awesome. And then I had like a chicken breast with chorizo and cheese. That was fucking good. The guy does it all, man.
I'll tell you what does it all is these little bits and bobs sticking to my fucking tool. No, it's a string of green stuff, and I'm cutting it into mini bricks. But it is sticking to my tool because green stuff likes to stick to nothing more than non-porous metal. It is all about sticking to non-porous metal.
What was it with green stuff? Or is it still not being produced anymore?
Oh yeah, green stuff is done. The tariffs killed them.
You got to be kidding me. Will it come back, you think?
No, it's a proprietary chemical. All Neatotite was produced by the one company.
From them?
Yeah. Green stuff itself is from. Yeah.
They closed down the factory and shit?
Um,
They don't produce it anymore?
I don't know if they fully shuttered yet, but they are shuttering because of the tariffs.
This is insane, dude.
The illegal tariffs.
There's no Chinese equivalent? Or
No,
anything like
there
crazy
is no
like that, or-
equivalent. It's green stuff is made by green stuff.
Bro. Well, what are you going to do, Cameron? You buy a pound of it?
Get fucked? No, it's already gone up in price.
You gotta be
I don't have
shitting
money
me.
to buy supplies like that.
Can you buy a bulk like slab of green stuff, or I don't know
Maybe.
what the
I remember
it's like-
when that thing
like a
happened.
roll.
When that thing happened, I said, like, hey, now is the time to buy green stuff because pretty soon you won't be able to get it.
No, you can't get it.
Last I was heard, I don't know if it's out of production yet. It's soon. I haven't
I've got
heard
one
any news
big,
about it.
I've got one big, I've got a package of it that I barely use. That's all I got. Damn, that really fucking.
So I
fucked me up,
just
man.
finished this after like 2 years, but now I need more. And yeah, they can't afford to be profitable. They were probably making really tight margins as it was. And are you gonna pay $70 for fucking the big loop of green stuff? No, absolutely not.
They're bagging up my order right now.
Bagging
I can see it.
your order.
They're bagging me.
All right.
There's a bunch of orders there. I'm gonna
Dude,
check on it.
This is so fiddly. Other than like not talking out what I'm doing here, I did write on a piece of paper saying I'm cutting bricks while we were chatting. This is all I'm doing. Because this shit is sticking so bad. But the idea here is now I have all these little shapes which will serve as rubble. If it would quit sticking. It's unintelligible, whatever you said. I think you're talking to someone else. But there are alternatives to green stuff, but they don't have the manufacturing capacity to meet the demand. There are alternatives, but there's no like. There's green stuff is unique enough that they were looking for. What was it they said they're looking to produce alternative? Man, everybody, that chat hemorrhaged. Well, just us now. I had actually forgotten that I had the stream room open. Now I'm thinking about fucking hot wings though, and like what I could do as a hot wing alternative. Maybe some nice seitan. Some chunked up seitan, some fried cauliflower. All that sounds fucking great to me. All right, let's get in here. Now that we got our bricks. We're gonna get in here with our hobby knife and keep that tip nice and wet. And we're gonna start carving in cracks. Being really, really careful to stay in. Once you start a channel, you don't want to like come up out of it. Right, trying to avoid getting like double lines and stuff. We're just gonna get some cracks radiating out around the mech's feet. Somebody's there. Do what?
Said I'm back.
Barely.
Cut out?
Oh, it's better.
Okay. Probably the internet. I don't know what's going on in this parking lot. People don't know how to use it.
What do you mean?
They're like, just kind of stopping wherever they want.
Oh yeah. Well, that's they know how to use it.
Because the big fat honky, he can't walk 2 feet.
Matthew
She's
Stern
not-
says, I just went to North Market in Columbus, Ohio. Got some fist-sized pierogies. Fantastic food. Fist
Hell
size?
yeah.
I don't know if
Damn,
I've ever
that
actually
sounds
had a
good.
pierogi before.
Oh, they're so good, man. It's like a potato dumpling.
Oh yeah, dude, that sounds awesome. I know I've had what are the cabbage rolls called? Galumpkis?
Yeah.
Those are fucking awesome. That's another one of those, like, I don't know what I'd make it out of now without meat. Maybe mushrooms and rice and onions and stuff. Tomato sauce.
they had that that crumble.
Oh,
So
that's a
that
good
company
point.
was
Yeah, that
that
would work.
company out of business now?
No, they're
Was it
Actually-
Beyond, or was it
that's a good question. Impossible and Beyond both did one, so
Impossible?
I'm sure there's
okay.
an alternative if one went out of business.
One of those crumbles though was pretty good.
It's just textured vegetable
I-
protein.
Yeah, but that would go good in there with all that tomato sauce and the cabbage.
Oh,
and
yeah, dude.
onions. It'd still be fun.
You know, my mom started cooking those crumbles for my sister's kids because it's like it was cheaper than beef. And if you're
Oh,
putting it
hell
in
yeah.
spaghetti sauce, like making a bolognese, you never know the fucking difference.
Yeah. So you get some protein in your spaghetti.
Get the protein in the spaghetti. You get the you got to put
Little
fat
meat.
in it,
Mouthful.
but it's like, put some olive oil in there instead.
Yeah, dude.
Shit's good anyways. Like if you're gonna make your spaghettis with olive oil anyways, you got to drain the hell out of that beef.
What was it? London's the bar in town has that veggie burger is still good. Whenever I did that month where I didn't eat meat, and I
Oh,
just basically just veggie burgers the whole month for the most part.
they do
But,
the Beyond on the Texas toast with the avocado.
Oh yeah, dude. I would do the one that was like that with an onion ring and barbecue sauce and jalapeno.
No,
That was
shit.
my jam.
That's awesome.
Oh, so good, man.
Is this on
But
Fred?
I haven't had a fake meat product in some time. Maybe I should go try something and see what's evolved in the last.
It's
years.
honestly, I
They've
feel
had
like
they've had like
the
a while.
quality
10
has
years
gone
to-
down. They cheap
Yeah.
out. They cheap out. They produce a product
demand
and then they
quality.
cheap it out.
But what's the good like? There's got to be a couple brands that are like.
Beyond is the one, but I like them because Beyond is not beef. Like, it doesn't taste like beef. It tastes like its own thing.
Okay, yeah.
Impossible is
Which is the one that you
closer to
think
beef.
London's would use them?
Yeah, definitely Beyond.
That's the one that was good then, because I enjoyed the flavor of those.
Yeah, they cook up really nice. They're good. Their sausages used to be really good, but they cheaped out on those, and the texture got shitty on them.
What should I do for the 4th of July cookout? If I do a 4th of July cookout,
Oh, dude.
what should the menu be?
I mean, you got to do hot dogs, man. Classics.
Hot dogs for sure. I mean, that's almost an appetizer though at this point. You know what I mean? You just cook a tray of dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fair.
You just cook them to have them while you're cooking other stuff. You know what I mean?
That's funny. Putting in a
I
little,
mean, I can
little
knock
grate
like
right
3
here.
minutes while I'm cooking everything else. I should get some slaw though. I should do slaw dogs. I should like do legit. Get the fixins.
Oh, dude, you could make some
I could
chilies
make the slaw.
rellenos. Those in the spicy
Oh, dude, I
stew
got-
came with carrots and mushrooms and lentils in the
can-
spicy stew with the pierogies. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, that sounds fucking good. Damn. I wish we had a place that did food like that here. You have to like travel to get something like pierogies. Or find somebody's mom.
Okay, so I think I have to let this cure for a few hours before I can cut this paper off here. Which really sucks. I wonder if I can get my clippers in on it, like really, really tight. It's decently close.
What are you gonna do with all those little notches of green stuff?
They're gonna go all over this base like a bunch of little bits of rubble.
Huh? Okay.
In fact, I think I'm gonna do that right now. Of course, this guy is dry now. So these bricks may actually just need to, these are gonna sit and cure and harden up. And then I'm gonna sprinkle them on the base like some rubble, and I have sculpted some nice cracks all around that foot. I've done a little storm drain bit there next to the curb.
Nice.
And then this will, once it hardens, I'll trim these down and I'll rub a little bit of PVA on there, and we're back to painting. Although it is 9 p.m. I could probably take a break. As far as this guy goes, we see our base colors. This is going to get highlighted up. I'm going to still continue filming the whole thing. Yeah, I'm way behind where I thought I would be, realistically. And I don't think I have another 3 hours of talking in me for this. So, for that, if you want to know more about this project, there'll be a video coming out sometime soon. I'm going to get this done and out for my client. I may have to see if they're amenable to like a couple day delay. I got to double check when it's supposed to be out. I think this was for Adepticon. When is Adepticon?
Right now.
It's soon. Right? Not
I'm
a
about to pull into an area with this, so I may drop out.
okay. Adepticon. Wait, what's the... key dates announced? No, not Adepticon. It was for some con.
There's a deer in my yard.
Why is there a deer in your yard? Are you already home?
Yeah, I'm home.
Dude, that's awesome. Updates.
What's it do? What that dog doing?
What that dog do? Okay, those are complete. Due in the next 24 hours. Let's see, I got 14 hours on. Only got 14 hours, dude. Where's my messages? He said something about Gen Con. Gen Con 2026. Meow, 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 meow. So it's July, the end of July. Yeah, I may have to request a short extension on it. I think that's the plan. Get a couple more days on this would be dope. But I'll shoot a message. I think 3 hours is about my limit, and I will continue working on this regardless of where it goes, whether or not we get an extension on it. Tomorrow I'm going to be painting on all kinds of other stuff too, and then Tuesday we'll be back in the saddle with the Joanna I Am Jade Falcon scene. So lots and lots of painting here in the next, well, for the next month, and hopefully 2 videos this month. That's what we're aiming for. We're gonna get the Megatron one out. We'll also get the I Am Jade Falcon, hopefully, with a little bit of luck and a little bit of gumption and a lot of bit of hard work. But for now, my brain is reset. I've hit my limit, and I think I'm gonna end it there. Mostly because I'm nowhere near as far in as I thought I'd be by now. So next on the agenda for this boy is a bunch of highlighting, probably some tone building, but it's all going to get recorded. And if we get the extension, then I'll do another stream for it. Otherwise, I think that's all I have, y'all, and thank you so much for watching. Lots of love to everyone out there. Hope you're having a really good day. And remember that the bees are something to be wary of. Anyhow, I'm fading. Catch you later. Goodbye.